And now, Jabroni Studios, in association with Big Herm Productions, is proud to present to you, recording from an undisclosed location in Oakdale, Connecticut, it's Chris Burns, it's Chris Lynch, this is Dysfunction Junction.
You are on the train ride from hell. The nonstop to nowhere signpost up ahead says, "Welcome to Dysfunction Junction."
Fuck yeah!
All right. My name is Chris Burns, to my immediate left.
Hey, Chris Lynch.
And, of course, our producer, Big Herm.
What up?
Michael Herman. Everybody's doing good this week?
Yeah, it's doing great. Great week.
It has been a good week.
It's a great day.
Today's not been a good day. Got the little gurgle thing going on. Been feeling sluggish all day long, but the show goes on, man.
Like I said, I left the Febreze on the dresser for
Much
you.
appreciated.
Yeah, see, I've had my condolences to your belly discomfort.
Yes.
I've had a great day. I set up the new camera for the snake. I set up the pendejo cam, and if that little bastard's gonna be nocturnal and he's gonna hide all day, I'm gonna put an extreme night vision camera on him and keep track of his ass.
That's right. You want to see what your money paid for.
That's right.
News out of the Supreme Court last Thursday. Did you see it? That the Supreme Court, pardon me, easy for me to say, voted 6-3 to stop the federal mandate on vaccines, which, again, it goes back to what they said, the Supreme Court, in the decision.
And they stopped it in non-medical facilities.
Correct.
So it doesn't.
If you still work in the medical field,
fuck off. It's too bad. You're gonna have to suck it up.
I think it should be.
I read their reasoning behind it,
Yep.
and it's true. Like if you're part of that system, your job is to facilitate everybody getting healthier.
Yeah.
And there you go.
And you don't know who you're coming in contact with every day and what
Precisely.
what bug they may be shedding, and
Right.
Exactly.
It's a gamble either way.
I wish they had a vaccine for the gurgle, man, because I would take 3 jabs of that right now and a bottle of Pepto.
I might have some Pepto
I was
downstairs.
gonna say Imodium, bro.
I'll give you a Pepto enema.
Secrets
I don't
of
need
men
an
over
enema.
over 45.
What is your favorite antacid?
What is your favorite antacid?
Go back and check out that episode. We had so much fun on the men over.
We're gonna have to
40.
ask that question. What is Herm's favorite antacid?
Did we get an answer on that?
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
show?
we did.
Was it
We
like
did. It's the Alka-Seltzer flavor chews.
That's right.
Strawberry, orange. They're like big adult belly saving Mentos, man.
Oh, the shit we do here. No, I wanted to make that point real quick. I don't know if anybody's got any quick hits. Obviously, football yesterday. Some people went home happy.
Lots of upsets.
The rest of the Cowboy fans.
Cowboy fans.
Did you see the video of the guy beating the shit out of his TV and then shooting it five times?
Yes, I
Friend
saw
of mine.
that. He was just a little mad.
Somebody said, "Hey, I hope we got the extended warranty."
Right? Dude, look at it this way. Again, when you see the football team that I wear on my hat more often than not is the Atlanta Falcons, I've never gotten that mad watching a fucking sporting event.
There's nothing you can do to change the outcome. It's
It
not
doesn't
worth
change
getting that
your life in any way, shape, or form.
because
other
guess
than,
what? Next season they could come back and win it all.
Sure. But I apologize for my voice too. It's a little crackly. I don't understand why. It's not the vid, I can tell you that.
He's finally going through puberty.
I know, man. It's only taken 49 years. It's
The left
beautiful.
the left nut's about to drop.
It's time to change.
Damn it, you beat me to it. That was fucking coming.
Well,
Fuck off.
another thing that happened in the last week.
Fuck your pick.
Go ahead in the last week. Hit it.
The amount of coaches that got fired.
And rightfully so.
Yes.
8 coaches.
Yes.
Yep, and-
well, it happens every year. Every year.
True, but
everybody loses and they're like, fuck this, we're cleaning house.
It's the
But some of
purge.
the coaches you look at their records really weren't that bad.
No, but you get
Highlighting this season.
You know, they say about every sport, if you're playing for anything other than to try to be the best and be the champion,
Then
you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
So when you get hired as a coach, you can have 10 wonderful seasons. If you've not sniffed the playoffs or the Super Bowl, you're out of a job. And the same could go for our presidents all throughout history. If you're not doing the job, we're gonna vote you out next time.
Right, and even more so, you literally as a coach, I know what your contract is and what it says, but you are literally working on a season to season basis.
Right, because
if you do great this season, it's fucking expected next, and if you don't, well, next gone, we're gonna try somebody else.
I think the only person right now that is safe by any metric is Bill Belichick. But he's coming off a dynasty run one of the longest tenured coaches there is right now.
Bill, they're gonna have. There's a lot of mitigating circumstances with him as far as
naked pictures of the owner,
right,
rub and tug with Robert Kraft down in Miami.
God bless him.
Good man.
I know, right?
Good man.
But
they're all just jealous.
I am going to say that I'm looking forward to Saturday when, as a lifelong Packer fan, I am looking forward to this game coming up. Fuck are you laughing at?
The lifelong Packer
I am a lifelong Packer fan.
Since last week.
Yes. Sold to the highest bidder.
For a nickel and a potato chip
That's
that
right.
looks like Abraham Lincoln.
And the fact that we all sat in the same room together yesterday, and Skip not only screwed me on a deal, he screwed Mark on a deal, and they had a deal in place for Mark to root for the Cowboys. Skip fucked him over, and they lost. Good, fuck you. That's what you get for not buying the 12-pack of Miller Lite, the Guinnesses, and the spicy chicharrones. So fuck you sideways with a stick.
See, I'm on the Bills tip. I am on a Bills bandwagon. I am a lifelong Bills fan right now.
You seem like a lifelong Bills fan.
Because and only because the head chef at work is a complete Bills fan. And basically, I was talking to him, and if the Bills win the Super Bowl, I get a $2 raise. So I'm a Bills fan. So I figure I get the best deal because it goes forever.
It's win-win-win.
It's really a win-win.
Right.
I'll be praying for the Bills.
You know, the boss likes me because I'm a Bills fan, and I might get even more money.
Will somebody be throwing dildos onto the field like
Oh
they
my
did this
God.
past week?
I hope so.
That was
all
so
of them.
goddamn funny.
That was hilarious.
The entire end zone throwing dildos in.
That was beautiful. So your slate of games coming up this week. The 4-seed Bengals travel to Tennessee to take on the Titans. The 49ers will get on a plane and go to the frozen tundra to meet my Green Bay Packers.
Go 49ers.
The winner of tonight's NFC matchup will go to Tampa Bay and face the Bucks. And the Bills, Herm's favorite team since I've met him earlier on today, will take on the Kansas City Chiefs. So as a lifelong Bills fan, I know your son is a Chiefs fan. How is that going to work out with Familia de Herm?
Fuck him.
There you go. With a cactus.
I'll get rid of him and make another one. Shit. I'll get rid of that one. I got two more younger than him that look just like him. I make the same model. It's all there is to it.
I just, I pray,
Blonde hair, blue eyes. That's all there is.
I'll
make another one.
I
don't
pray
give a
for the
shit.
two younger ones because if they grow up to look like Sasquatch, it's not going to be good.
Oh, yeah.
You get 3 Sasquatches.
He looks pretty good, though, dude. He's lost a lot of weight.
Lost a lot of weight, keeping his shit, trimmed up. Doesn't look like a wild man from Borneo.
Nope, he's doing pretty good right now.
Good. Anything
So
you want
are
to
the other
add
two.
to the tip?
No, I think that's pretty good. I did hear a joke this week.
We do have happy birthday posthumously to
Betty White.
today.
Yes.
Would have been 100
birthday.
today.
Today, as we record this.
Yep. So, if you're listening and you hear this, donate $5 to your local to a local animal shelter, and leave the ESPC alone and leave PETA alone. Just do something local.
If you want to donate to a really good local rescue, East Coast Canine Rescue out of Franklin, Connecticut, one that I personally work with, and
Yeah, I
I
got
agree.
friends that do Wings of Freedom out of the Plainfield one.
Yep, and I agree with what Herm said. Do not give money to PETA or the ASPCA. They do nothing with that money, and it goes right back into the pockets of the owners.
Yeah,
it's
right into the CEO's pocket.
those two organizations are just big shams to get people to play on your heartstrings to adopt an animal, and you don't know what you're getting. We have an extreme vetting process before you even get to meet the dog. We do background checks, we do interviews, we do the whole nine, and we have people that match you for the right dog and the right dog for the right person. So, again, happy birthday, Betty, up in heaven. Miss you. I was watching Golden Girls the other day. Kind of brought back some memories.
There you go.
Sitting around with Grandma Lynch.
Nice.
Her favorite show.
I think everybody, if you were over 40, loved that show when it was first run.
So, interesting fact. The women on that show, when that show debuted, Rue McClanahan was 47.
Yeah.
Estelle Getty was in her 60s.
She actually played...
No, I think she was 60.
She was actually younger than
I was going to say,
Dorothy.
Dorothy. Estelle and Betty were actually the same age. Dorothy was the next... I think Dorothy was older than both of them.
Yes.
and Rue McClanahan was technically the baby of the group.
Yeah.
All right, so now look at the Sex and the City cast. If you even dare, they're all older now than those women were back in the 80s when that
Yeah.
show debuted.
Right.
So it's a gauge of like how back in the 80s how we viewed old people.
Yeah. And now here we are, old people.
Now here I am knocking at 50. You're knocking at 50.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit behind us, but
He's down a lap, but
I'm 49 as of a week from
yeah,
tomorrow.
he's got a half a lap to catch up. He'll be on there. Get four
I
tires
started
and some
scratch,
gas.
bro.
yeah. But no, I heard this joke this week. I was watching. I fell down the YouTube rabbit hole.
Oh Lord.
No, it's. I don't know. I may offend somebody, but I don't really give a fuck. So I was watching this Filipino comedian. He plays guitar on stage and does little songs and shit. And it's a quick joke, and he says, I was brought up a Christian, and I was always thinking that I wanted to start a Christian safe sex organization. And the audience just goes, huh? He's like, yeah, I'm going to name it Just the Tips. I don't know. I think it's funny.
You get a smattering of applause for that?
Yeah. You in the back, did you hear that?
Oh, now here they come. Okay.
Yeah.
It took him a minute to understand the joke.
Just the tips.
Just the tips. I like that. That's pretty good. All right, so the gurgle is real. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we are going back to the hat, and I've got a special surprise for everybody. So sit tight. We'll be right back. That is some good music. Welcome back to the train ride from hell, the nonstop to nowhere dysfunction junction.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, we're bringing back questions from the hat, but one of the complaints I got from a few people the last time we did this was, why don't we have a woman's perspective? All these answers, we're giving these macho man answers and whatnot. I thought, how cool would it be to get a woman's perspective?
True.
So on the phone with us from the deepest, darkest recesses of Massachusetts is my old high school friend, Herm's old high school friend. It's Miss Dawn Beaudry. Dawn, how are you doing tonight?
I am doing well.
All right. Well,
Excellent.
Herm's going to explain the rules. This is how Questions from the Hat works.
All right,
Okay.
so here's how Questions from the Hat works. We have had a week, and we have all come up with 5 questions. No rules on the questions, ladies and gentlemen. We have all kinds of shit going on in the hat. But we're going to pick questions at random, and then the 3 of us who usually answer. But tonight, given our special on-the-phone guest, we are going to do answers from the 4 of us and get a little bit of a woman's perspective. All right, so we're going to start off with our first question. The first question is, when you were, and who wants to answer the first question?
Let's give it to Dawn. Ladies first.
All right, when you were 7 years old, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Wow.
Oh, hell. Let me see. Where I was living in Illinois. So, that's a good question. It's a long time ago. Do you know how old I am?
Yes, same age as we are. Yes, old. Old as dirt.
Yeah, but she still looks good, and we all look like melted candles.
That's all right.
Honestly, I think I wanted to be a dentist like my dad.
Very nice. Very nice.
Back then, I didn't know how disgusting it was.
Ugh. I don't need it. I don't need Bacteria Jones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my hand in people's mouths.
You know.
Depending on the person, there's different other things I'd rather put in their mouths, either my foot or neck. Anyway, moving right along.
Anyway,
Anywho,
It's your show. Tell us who's next to answer.
So you're next.
Wow, I wanted to be 2 things. I wanted to be the starting center fielder of the New York Yankees, or I wanted to be literally Bob Backlund.
wow.
Yeah, I literally wanted to be like if you could clone Bob Backlund, that's who I wanted to be.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Lynch?
He thought so too.
I also have two things I really wanted to be. Number 1 was an astronaut, and number 2 was a firefighter.
Nice. Very nice.
You came close to one of those because you are a space cadet.
Well, yeah.
All right. All right. So I guess that's me.
That's
so, when I was 7, when I wanted to grow up, I wanted to be Julia Child.
Nice. Her beard is better than yours.
Yeah, it is. It is. She's definitely got bigger shoulders than I do. But yeah, when I wanted to grow up and be Julia Child, bro.
Now
so
that-
I guess I kind of hit the mark a little. I guess
You did.
You're in the right field.
I'm kind of right there, you know. Noble Smokehouse, Mystic, Connecticut. If you guys are in the neighborhood, check out the best barbecue in the county.
Cheap plug.
Cheap plug, got to do it.
All right.
So another question.
This better not suck.
This better not suck.
And it's late, so I better not have to think hard on it.
Mr. Lynch, what was your favorite childhood TV show?
Ooh.
Can you like say like age-wise childhood? Because there's so many different.
So, all right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna confess. I wrote that question down, and my questions all have a theme. Your childhood.
Nice.
I'm talking from like when you can first remember watching a TV show, say 4 or 5 years old, up until the point where you became old enough to be like, well, this is dumb. I'm gonna watch something different.
So like your best elementary school.
Right. You're like your formative years. Television
4 to
show.
12-ish?
Yeah, for your formative years.
Okay.
Yeah. I can see that.
All right.
All right. So what was your show?
I never watched Sesame Street a lick in my life.
Yeah.
I thought the puppets were creepy. I did like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood as a young kid. And my other one as I got older, Brady Bunch.
Okay.
I would watch that on repeat every day, 3:30 in the afternoon after getting off the school bus. Before I started homework, I'd watch the episode and
Nice.
move along.
Okay.
I don't know what it was, what the appeal was.
Marsha.
I think it was Jan.
Marsha.
Jan?
I don't know, maybe.
It's Cindy.
It
The big
explains
tail
with the
a
big
lot.
tail.
and the little lisp.
Well, so
Wow, he went for the lisp right away.
so years later, when the Brady movie came out, and they made that whole joke about Greg and Marsha sleeping in the same bedroom.
Yeah.
I found that so goddamn funny.
Oh yeah.
You know,
You knew if you knew then what you knew then what you knew
know
now.
Yeah.
Right.
The wink and the nod.
Right. All right. So Dawn, what was your favorite childhood TV show?
Oh my God, this is gonna date me, but I loved I Dream of Jeannie.
Wow.
Oh,
All right.
that's another
All
good
right.
one.
All right.
And
Nice.
All right. All right.
loved
And I'm gonna go just so I don't repeat the same shit, but I'm gonna repeat this again. From the time I was old enough to get off the bus, my favorite TV show was The French Chef.
All right.
I would get off the bus. I was in afternoon kindergarten. I would get off the bus at the bottom of the hill, and you know where that is.
Yeah, I know.
I would run up the hill, run in the house, grab my composition book, turn on the TV, and lay on the floor and watch Julia Child cook.
I almost
Followed
wish
by-
I almost wish I lived on that street because watching you run as a child would have been funny as fuck.
Yeah, for real. And then it was always followed by, it was an hour of, it was that, and then it was followed by The Frugal Gourmet with Jeff Smith.
Oh, I love
wow.
I
Nice.
love him.
And
He was
I
a good
truly
dude.
love Jeff Smith.
Yeah.
And it's the reason I have my jade fish.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, those were as stupid as they sound. That was through everything, above everything else. I had to watch that show.
No,
every day.
I think the stupid meter is about to be pegged right now because even today, 49 years old, if I see it on HBO Max or wherever, the 1960s version of Batman. That
Yes.
cheesy,
It was
campy,
so cheesy and
pow,
campy.
zap. Oh, but as a kid, I ate that shit up.
Yes.
And even now I watch it, I'm like, wow, this is really
yes,
terrible.
It was horrible.
But I love it.
But as a comic book fan, it was a more true form
yeah.
of homage to the true comic books, with the Bams and the Pows and the spinning. It sucked.
I'm almost
great.
ashamed of myself that you guys all came in with great picks and I took Men in Tights.
Heard Men in
I don't.
Tights.
I don't think Batman's a bad pick.
I don't either, but it's
I watched it-
the childhood thing.
Right, it's a childhood thing.
See, I was a latchkey kid, so I cooked myself my own snack when I got home. I did my own homework, as I got older. So I spent
Are
a
you
lot
gonna
of
die?
No,
Please don't die.
please don't.
We have to get that T-shirt made.
I know.
Yeah, but
So-
when you said Batman and you were saying the POW and all that stuff, everybody who watched it could, in their mind, see it.
Right, like when you said the pow and the blam, I can see that on the screen. Pow, bam,
Kablooey was one of my favorites.
Bluey.
Like, how much acid were they taking when they wrote this show?
Burgess Meredith as the
Copious
Penguin.
amounts.
Oh,
Eartha Kitt as Catwoman.
There were
It was a
three
great
cat
show.
Yeah, I
women
know.
on that
It was
show.
a really great show.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Next question. All right, who wants it? We're going to go with you.
We're gonna go with me. Okay.
All right, what's one thing you've always wanted to do but don't quite have the balls to do?
Wow, skydiving easily. I'm afraid of heights. First thing, and if you're gonna be on an airplane with a door wide open with another dude strapped to your back, I'd be shitting myself sideways.
See, now my thing with skydiving is I'm not afraid to do it. My issue is I don't want to have to go through the doubles thing. Just give me a goddamn parachute and put me in a plane and let me jump.
Right, and if I'm gonna do it, I want to be on the better side of when you finally reach the ground. I don't want to be the guy where they're like scraping me off with a spatula because my chute didn't open.
Right. I mean, if it happens, it happens. But the reason I haven't gone skydiving is because I don't want to do all of the
tandem
double crap to do it. I want to go skydiving.
Okay.
I don't want to be attached to somebody.
I just don't have the balls to do it. It's that simple.
All right,
Lynch?
so he stole my primary answer because I am deathly afraid of heights. I look at a plane, if it's perfectly operational, there's no fucking reason to jump out of it.
Amen.
The other thing, honestly, is scuba diving. I am very, very claustrophobic, and putting the mask on my face, the regulator, strapping all the equipment on you, it's like having an iron blanket hug you, and that you feel like you're like kind of trapped.
Ooh, okay.
And that's why I don't like confined spaces. You know, it's something I still always want. I'll free dive or snorkel, which is
I was going to ask you about snorkeling, but you kind of answered it.
My wife and I did snorkeling down in Barbados and through the Caribbean and the Bahamas when we were on our honeymoon. That I was comfortable with because I can control that. But, you know, what if something went south when you're 100 feet down with a tank full of oxygen on your back and you just start having that panic?
Yeah, I
You
can
know,
see that.
you know. But yeah, I think scuba diving is probably something it's on my bucket list to do, hopefully within the rest of my life.
All right. And Dawn, what's one thing you've always wanted to do but don't quite have the balls to do it?
And I am 100% in agreement with skydiving. Now, I've been up in hot air balloons. I've been parasailing. I've jumped off amazing cliffs in Hawaii.
Done that too.
So it's not the height thing. It's just, and you're right, it's jumping out of an airplane. It's that I'm not afraid of height.
I don't like falling out of bed
I've
or jump out of a fucking plane.
Yeah, I've been scuba diving. I've done all that stuff. No problem. It's just the skydiving. And one of my girlfriends, her and her husband and their daughter did it. And she's like, you've got to do it. And I'm like, I want to do it, but I couldn't do that jump. And you have to be sober to do it. So there's no way I could do it.
Oh, that kicks me out right now.
That throws you out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm done.
It's not the fall that kills you; it's that sudden stop at the end.
I don't want to get tested. They might find blood in my alcohol system.
Right. All right. So then I guess it comes down to me. All right. So you guys been to Six Flags, right?
Often,
Yeah.
often.
All right.
Yeah.
You're walking around Six Flags, and there are these two big ass fucking cranes, and there's this little tiny ball sitting on the ground, and they stuff you inside this little tiny cage, and they pull you back like a slingshot, and they put you up. I have always wanted to do that, and I am not afraid of heights. I am not afraid of hanging out up there. I'm not afraid of any of that. My biggest fear is doing that and something goes wrong on the equipment.
Well, they got me.
When they pull me back and let me go, like something lets go and they just fucking slingshot me.
You end up looking like a Tom and Jerry cartoon.
Yeah, like I end up out. Like it's gone, and next thing I know, I'm dead on the highway, just in a.
And when you fall, it's a little poof.
I'm somewhere in Springfield, Mass.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Well, a friend of ours, Lynch knows him, Jim Lalamere.
Yes.
We all went up to Six Flags one year, and they got me on that stupid thing where three dudes lay on the canvas and they bring you up about 17 bazillion feet in the air.
Yes.
One guy holds the ripcord, and you just swing freely. I am deathly afraid of heights. They each bribed me. I got $50 from each dude, and all the beer I could drink that day. I got off that thing and I kissed the ground. I did. Nope, not again. You're staring basically dead ass at the concrete.
Yeah, like
on this stupid thing. No.
I'm totally good with the heights, like hot air ballooning. Done that. Done all of that. I'm not even afraid to bungee jump. It's literally just that apparatus that scares the hell out of me.
All right.
You're stuck on a hamster wheel.
Yeah, you're stuck in a hamster ball. And
Whose bright idea was it to get a woman's perspective anyway?
yours?
Thank you.
dumbass.
The guy to my right.
All right. All right, Lynch. Who can you say influenced you the most growing up?
That's an easy question. Easy answer. My father.
Yeah.
Probably one of the brightest guys I've ever met. Ever had the pleasantry of knowing. Taught me a lot. Not like he was a Rhodes Scholar or anything like that, but he always gave the interesting perspective on a situation. And if he wanted to learn something, he'd pull out the manual, he'd read it, and he could do it.
Why didn't he just Google it?
I know. Well, we didn't have that goo machine back then.
I know. We had the encyclopedia.
But no, he taught me that if you want to learn something or do something, you got to work. You got to study and work long and hard to be comfortable to do that task.
You said long and hard.
He said long and hard.
You guys are assholes.
So many times.
It's too easy. It's low-hanging fruit.
Where's your buzzer?
Oh, hold on. I'll get that for you real quick.
As Chris knows, I don't hold back. When I do something, I just.
We weren't buzzing you. I'm buzzing myself. You're good. I was just a little late on the trigger finger.
All right, so Dawn, your turn to answer the question.
I'm going to say my mom. She was an English teacher and until she had kids. My dad was in the military 23 years. We did the moves. Now she's like this 4'8", shortest little thing, but if you give her an attitude, she's going to put you in your place. And she raised my brother and I throughout all the moves, and the moves were a lot. And she's still to this day. I mean, she's a tough cookie. She had 3 heart surgeries in 3 years.
Jesus.
She was in a coma on the second one for 3 months. Came through it. Nobody thought she would. And I'm talking to God, going, "You can't handle her up there right now, because you can't handle her."
Good granny.
So,
get that woman a cape.
Four-
Seriously.
4'8" with 4'8" with 7 pounds of attitude. 7 feet of attitude and
Oh my God.
perseverance.
That is my mom.
Yep.
Wow.
She is
Nice.
The Spitfire. Like, you just total Irish. We have the Irish, French, Italian, German, all mix, and she will tell you where to go. And
Nice.
he almost got my dad in big trouble in the military because they used to have these big functions, and my dad was captain, and so it was all the officers and everything, and she would stand up on the table and go, "Listen, us women have to go to the bathroom, so please stop speaking so we can go." And my dad was, thank God he was friends with the higher ups, because my mom was that was my mom.
That might be the literal term mortified, as your wife is standing on a table. We gotta pay!
Yeah.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
This is your husband shitting his pants.
Wow. Who's next? You?
Yeah, it goes to me. I guess you can do last.
I'll go last,
For
fine.
me, answer the question would be my dad. My dad and I had it kind of rough when we were younger, and it took us to quite a while to figure out our get along. But as I grew older, I saw a lot of what he said in a different light. And I'd have to say it was my dad. My dad is pretty much who I aspire to be. He's just a good man.
Yeah.
And that's what I try to be.
Absolutely. And taking a little from everybody, with the exception of being a 4'8" woman, I'm going to go with my grandfather for all the same reasons. Hardworking, took care of business. When he said something, it carried weight, and just told me, be you, but be the best you can be.
Well,
All right.
that's something my dad always said. And when he would ask me to help him do something, I'd always say, "Well, I don't know how." Well, guess what? You're going to learn today.
You're going to learn today.
You're going to learn today.
All right.
All right. So next question, here it is. We're going to go with Chris.
I feel like I'm being set up.
What is your favorite Pixar movie?
Do I have a favorite
That is done.
Pixar movie?
Oh, Pixar. Oh.
I'd have to think. Because I don't watch a lot of that stuff. Yeah, pick one. What's a good one, Lynch?
Oh, there's a bunch of them. I
There's
know
a-
what mine is.
Okay.
I know what mine is too. There's a shitload of them.
Was Toy Story a Pixar movie?
All of them.
Well, then I'm going with Toy Story.
That was the
There you
first
go.
Pixar.
There you go.
All right.
Actually, the first Pixar was
Oh, the
wasn't the Little Toaster.
Little toaster,
Technically a
Oh,
Pixar
Jesus.
movie.
short movie. Mm-hmm. But that they started working on that in 1987. Tom Hanks did all the voice work for that, and then Steve Jobs sold Pixar to Disney,
Okay, that
and they
makes
just
sense.
ran with it.
All right, so Don, what's your favorite Pixar movie?
Oh my God. I would have to say it was Toy Story. I don't know if Cars is Pixar.
It is.
Okay, because I watch that daily 10 times a day with my son. And I love the movie, but if I see it come on now, though, I'd be like,
She was running in the other direction.
I was the same way. I was the same way. Mikey at that age, 4, or was so into that movie. He would sit in the living room, put it on, and he would act the movie and say all the lines. Mikey thought he was Lightning McQueen for about a year and a half. He pretty much thought he was Lightning McQueen.
All right.
but I will have to say, and the second would be Ratatouille, because I love that movie.
That's a great movie too.
Yeah, and that's where I'm going. My favorite Pixar movie is Ratatouille. The whole chef movie it's beautiful. I love it.
I have so much catching up to do. I got to watch some of these movies.
All right, so
Oh so many of them.
I feel like a retard eating a watermelon right now. I just can't.
I wish I had a watermelon.
don't eat the green side.
Right.
My favorite Pixar movie in the last several years has been Up.
Oh my God, awesome movie.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Are you pre-reading again?
No,
Okay.
I'm not.
If you don't cry within
Are you allowed to do that?
What, pre-read? No, I'm not No, we don't pre-read any questions. I literally just have one in my hand waiting for it to go next.
That's what.
I haven't opened
And
it.
again, my mistake. Much like last time, my mistake. I just looked over. You saw you having a new paper. I'm like, are you pre-reading?
Nope, no pre-reading.
Okay.
So anyway, Up. If you don't cry within the first 10 minutes of that movie in the montage of the old man, Jesus Christ, right in the feels. And it's such a good story, you know.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Now I got to watch these fucking movies.
See, now you got to watch a bunch of fucking Pixar.
I've seen
movies.
Toy Story and I've seen Cars, so I'm good. I'm 2 for 2 right now. Good.
Moana's good. Moana's good too, only because The Rock is in it,
Awesome.
and it's just so unexpected.
Moana's awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Moana is way better. And first of all, Ariel should not even be included in a Disney princesses thing. All right. First of all, Ariel did what she did for Dick.
Yeah.
Moana did what she did to save her people. There's the winner.
Yep. there you
All
go.
right.
Yes, I will say I 100% agree on that. Was an awesome movie.
Looking awfully smug over there, Herm. Come on now.
I only get 2 or 3 of these a year, bro. Come on.
He's got the fuck you face on.
All right. So
Don't hurt your shoulder patting yourself on the back.
fuck you, Ariel.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So next question. All right. So here it is. All right. Your significant other gives you a hall pass. This is easy. Name one celebrity and one regular person you would use it on. All right, I'll go.
Yeah, good.
I'll go.
About time you go first.
All right, so hall pass. All right, so my one celebrity would be Faith Evans.
Nice.
Faith Evans.
All right.
Back 1990s, Faith Evans, like looking all juicy and the queen of hip hop soul.
All right.
All right, and my one regular person would be there's a girl that I used to work with when I worked at the strip club.
Okay.
Really great girl. We're gonna call her Frankie.
Sparkle.
No,
Cinnamon.
Frankie.
Destiny.
No, I did have the stripper named Delicious though.
I got nothing.
I got nothing for that,
was
right?
she?
All right. So, and my one regular person, and would be Frankie.
Okay.
There it is.
All right. It's your show. Tell us who's next.
You.
Oh, fuck me. All right.
No, I'm not fucking you.
Well, you're not on my list. My hall
God.
pass, it's been the same for 10, 15 years now. And
I figured Jodi Arias and somebody else.
that's a different kind of...
I figure that covers both the famous and the regular.
I don't need a hall pass. I need to be a prison guard to do that. But Jodi Arias was pretty sexy. Scary as shit, but still pretty sexy. I'm going with celebrity Eva Longoria all day long, twice
right.
on Sunday, no takebacks. And my regular person, I choose Dawn, and that's been my hall pass since high school.
Nice. Salma Hayek is doing some amazing things, just looking as lovely.
How can a
delicious.
woman that close to 60 look that goddamn gorgeous?
I don't know, but have you watched did you watch some movies?
Yeah.
Did you watch The Hitman's Bodyguard's Wife?
Yes. God damn, she's beautiful. Speaking of beautiful, we'll have Lynch take up the main event. Dawn, you got your hall pass ready. Who is it?
It would have to be Jason Momoa.
So I almost saw that coming.
He just is.
Jason the Mower.
He's yummy. He is yummy. I'm sorry. He just,
Dip him in honey and call him a biscuit.
Yay,
Oh my lord.
the lawnmower man.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
So all right. So who's your regular person?
Oh, that is a tough one.
It's not easy.
And that would have to be somebody I adored. Oh my God, this is hard to say.
Just let it tumble, woman. Let it tumble.
It would have to be you.
Yay!
Let it go. Let it go.
You're looking awful smug over there.
I
sir.
got the fuck you face on right now. Thank you very much.
No, he was always great at the time. Always attracted. It just never worked out because either I was dating somebody or like in my senior year of high school, I was engaged.
Nothing. None of that is my fault, by the way.
But we were just like the bestest friends, and just he was somebody that I could just like talk to, and yeah.
I was friend zoned before it was cool.
Heard friend zone.
There you go.
Cool.
Friendzone Jones.
Exactly. Friend zone Jones right there.
All right. And
Speaking of Jones, let's get your picks.
I was gonna say, and Lynch.
All right, so Mike already mentioned my celebrity, Salma Hayek.
I thought you were going to say Julia Child and have us all on the ground laughing.
One can only hope.
Right?
So I
take the penis.
put it in the pudding. Anyway, I watched From Dusk Till Dawn with Salma Hayek in it about 2 weeks ago, and then I saw her recently in The Hitman Bodyguard's Wife. How does somebody get that more attractive the older she gets?
I think it literally has to do with the age we. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Dawn.
Was that a good movie? Because I really wanted to.
It was excellent.
It
Aside
was very good.
from Salma's tits, if we remove that element, the movie is still excellent.
Yeah, it was a very good movie.
I think the answer to your question is got to be a combination of good, clean living, and she made a deal with the devil, and she's going to have to pay with her soul.
Well,
and you look at her,
but you've also got to see that she's kind of not super much older than we are. She was only, say, maybe 10 years older.
I'm going to go to the
we
Google machine while you tell me this. Go
All
ahead.
right, so I think we've grown up with her, and we've also matured. So the women that we're finding sexy at 50 she's still in that group, that
Yeah, she's
relative age group.
still
with
on
us.
that radar.
You know what I mean? Kind of like Alyssa Milano. Still same
Or
thing.
Sofia Vergara. What is it? Sofia Vergara.
Sofia Vergara,
Right,
yeah.
right,
Oh,
right.
Jesus Christ.
She, number one, is hilarious. Number two, she's gorgeous.
Yes, she is.
I would, but I just can't. I can't listen to her talk too long.
It's a hall pass. She doesn't need to talk other
No,
than
it's-
Poppy, Poppy.
That's what I'm saying. It's a hall pass.
The answer to your question, Salma Hayek was born September 2nd, 1966, making her 55 years old.
Yeah, see, so she's relatively within the same age group. So
Yes.
we'd all hit that.
So my regular person was a girl I went to high school with. Again, same situation with you and Chris, Dawn. We had tried, but we were always in like just ships passing in the night, and we were always in different relationships. We tried it, and it was just weird. But we still remain friends to this day.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is cool, yeah.
I mean, you know, now I love her like my sister. You know, I'm very protective of her, and I watch out for her best
So you're into that Tennessee shit.
But ding, 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 ding.
I love her
ding.
like my sister.
For real, I was like, I'd like you to meet. A guy
You heard the
stands
same
there and
thing
he's
I
like,
did.
I'd like you to meet my wife and my sister, and there's only one woman standing there.
My Uncle Daddy.
Moving right along.
All
that was
next,
bad.
all right, next question. Next question. What is the
You
worst?
still there?
Yeah,
We're
we
here.
got you.
Can you hear us?
No, dead air, and I'm not used to it because you guys don't stop talking. You're worse than women.
That's
We
literally
are.
what we do Monday nights to give you free entertainment every single Wednesday.
every week. All right. So, all right.
You gotta give Mike a minute. He's learning to read.
I never learned to read. What is the worst movie you ever saw?
Wow. For a plethora of reasons, I'm going with Twilight. I dig the story. My wife at the time was reading the books, and I was like, you know what? Just give me the book. I'll read it, but you have to read one of my books. And she took my book. She was thoroughly bored by socio-political science and whatnot. And I was bored to tears by Twilight, but the story was solid. Then you go watch the goddamn movie, and we're in a theater in Ocala, Florida, with a bunch of 13-year-olds. Every fucking scene, guys. You're like, oh my God, that's different from the book. You remember in the book when he did this and he put his finger in his butt? And I'm like, shut up. Seriously, I didn't pay $15 for this. Fuck Twilight. Fuck the werewolf. Fuck the vampire. Fuck her plain Jane fucking face. Fuck Washington. And fuck the fucking Diaz brothers.
Don't hold back, bro. Tell us how you really feel.
My name's Chris Burns, and I approve this message.
Jesus Christ.
All right, Dawn, what was the worst movie you ever saw?
Oh my God, this is gonna date me again. Oh my God, I'm trying to think of it. Speed 2.
Wow,
Ooh.
good
All
choice.
right,
That
all
sucked out loud.
That movie
Really?
that movie sucked out loud.
Yeah. You could hear the vacuum as you walked in.
What?
You could hear the vacuum in the room as you walked in. Like it sucked that bad.
It was bad. The first one was amazing. The second one just no.
Yeah,
No.
you can't. There's certain movies that should never be a sequel to, and Speed would be the one that
Well,
is
look
near
at
the top
Lethal.
of that list.
They went years and movies. Loved it. Everyone was amazing until like the last one. Die Hard. Those were all great. Speed was it. They should never have. No.
Wow,
Agreed.
fantastic.
Agreed. And Lynch?
All right, so I have two, but I think I'm going to pick The Room.
The Room.
All right, so a couple of years ago, James Franco made a movie about Tommy Wiseau. And he was an independent filmmaker that had no acting background, no directing background. One of the most cringeworthy, unpleasant movies to watch. Because everyone overacted or didn't act at all. They were just like standing there reading cue cards. If you can find The Room on Netflix or Amazon Prime, I highly suggest it to watch because it's not supposed to be a comedy, but you will find yourself rolling on the floor because it's so fucking bad.
Okay, I'm definitely going to be looking that up.
You know that if you have a movie, sorry, stop it. My dog is going crazy. If there's a movie out there that has more than 5 really good actors, it's going to suck.
More often than not, that's correct.
Oh, and also another telltale sign is when you're watching the credits and when it says written by this person and this person, comma, this person and this person, comma, this person.
Too many cooks.
Which means that the script went through 6 rewrites.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they couldn't figure out, they couldn't mold this turd of clay into something that was polished enough to put on screen.
What was your point, Dawn?
I said that if there was more, like I just said, if there's more than 5 really good actors in a movie, other than Steel Magnolias, because I'm sorry, that's a really good girly movie and they had great actors in there, it's gonna suck.
Yeah, that's an exception.
Need actors and actresses to do a movie that's going to suck, no matter how good they are.
Goodfellas might be another exception.
Oh, that's a good one.
See?
Yeah.
See?
There are exceptions to the
There are.
rules.
Yeah. What's your worst easy for me to say?
All right, so this is easy for me. The worst movie I have ever saw was Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park.
Okay, say it again.
Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. It is the worst movie ever seen by anybody, ever.
And you can look it up free on YouTube.
Yep. They won't even charge you for that shit. It's free.
It's because nobody in their right mind would pay for
That's
it.
what I'm saying, dude.
It's a crime to
Literally,
pay
if you
for it.
watch that movie, they'll send you $1.50. It's that.
It's a crime to pay for that movie.
Wow. Nothing like writing a great question and setting myself up to be fucked with. And I should have saw that coming. God damn it, I thought you'd go like Shocker or something else.
Oh, that was horrible too.
Oh, that was garbage.
That was garbage. I mean, other than the Alice Cooper the
Yeah.
soundtrack, that was the best part.
Yeah.
All right.
I love it.
So here it is. Another question. Are you still close to your best childhood friend? You.
That's a hard one because people are on and off. Like, I haven't talked to Chris in 30 years.
Right.
And we just spoke, and he was a really good friend. Beth Noyes, another one of my good friends. We hadn't spoken in almost 30 years. And so that is a really hard question because you haven't spoken to him, but you end up, like, finally reconnecting.
Yeah.
That's a good. That's
That's
good.
a good
yeah.
answer. That's a good answer. And for
Even
you?
Mike.
Oh,
I mean, Mike, don't you remember going to WrestleMania in Worcester and your little bug?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we skipped school in that
Bug
shit.
could, going up the hills, we were all like, "Oh
Dude,
my God,
it was running on 3 cylinders, so we'd be like doing 75 going down the hill, and then be doing 60 by the time we got to the top. It was me.
Oh,
yeah,
not even 60.
it was horrible, but you know what? We got there.
You were getting passed by birds.
We were like grandma in a walker ran by me up a hill, but
You got flipped off by an old guy with a cane.
yeah, I mean we were like, fuck this, we're out of school, and we just we're going to a college fair. See you, bye.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, that was
I guess it depends on childhood. There's friends from my old neighborhood that I still talk to this day. My friend Shane being one of them. We text back and forth once a week. High school, here you are, sitting right here.
Here I am.
Unfortunately, lost Jeremy 10 years ago,
Yep.
so that would, there's a reason I can't talk to him. But if he were still here, yeah, we'd still have that connection. Yeah,
I'm sure he would still be at shit that we'd all see.
Christ,
all
he
of
may
us.
be sitting here in a room with us at one point. Wow, that was a great question. Make you think a little bit. Speaking of thinking, hey Lynch.
So, one of my best friends in elementary school, we were tight since like kindergarten, and we were split up between kindergarten and junior high, and then high school we were reunited, and then his dad was in the Navy, and he relocated. I have tried for, I want to say 15 years to reconnect with him. I mean, he was just a solid dude. So in that respect, no, unfortunately. But there are a handful of people from junior high and high school that I still talk to this day that I've known for 30 plus years. It's hard because I always, when I say childhood, I always want to put the inflection that it's your formative years from 5 to 12.
Okay,
And it's tough because, people's families go in their different ways, and they have their obligations and military service and all that other shit.
I was just going to military families
Yeah.
because that was fun for me because we moved every 4 years.
Yeah, and with this guy Mike, his father was an instructor at the Groton Naval Base, so he was kind of
That's what I was.
yeah he was kind of like nailed there for a couple of years, but then he had an option to go, I don't know, like Hawaii or Guam or somewhere, and he took that opportunity just to kind of take a break from being the instructor and just kind of do the admin stuff.
nice.
And the day my friend Mike left, we just looked at each other and were like, man, I hope to see you again soon. Now we were 14 years old.
Not for nothing, but how good of a friend was Frank?
Very.
Okay, just checking. Has he called you lately?
No.
That schmuck. Still
well,
one of my favorite stories ever.
all right. So for me, from kindergarten through 7th grade, through the end of 7th grade, my best friend on the planet was a kid named David Wood. None of you guys will know him. We just got along really well. We hung out pretty much and did, if we had free time, he lived right at the bottom of Norman Drive, dude. Do you know when you turn up Norman Drive, that blue house that's right on the left, right on the corner?
Yeah.
That was David's house.
Okay.
So I'd walk down the hill, or he'd come up the hill, and that we hung out from kindergarten through, say, 7th grade. After 7th grade through high school, I didn't really have a best friend per se. But to answer the question and get to it, you are my longest friend from any of that period that I still kind of like associate with on a regular basis.
You don't need to like me. We just have to connect.
Yeah, I mean, and I do like you, and we didn't always like each other in the beginning. Like
That is true.
We really didn't give a fuck about each other in the beginning, but now, yeah, like you are the longest known person that I know with that I still on a weekly, daily basis. If I don't talk to you 3 to 5 times a week, I haven't spoken to you at all.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
If there isn't at least a half a dozen messages in the show feed from you and us on top of what I get from Lynch, I haven't talked to you in a week. I haven't talked to you in a year. So,
Okay.
yeah, so I'd say it's pretty much you, my man.
All right. Dawn, did you actually have an answer to the question? Or I know what you said was pretty profound.
Oh, with your closest childhood friend?
Yeah, do you still talk with your childhood friend?
Well, it was really hard because I moved around every 4 to 5 years. But Beth and I reconnected. Debbie Cardello, remember her? We were friends for a while, and then she just disappeared.
Boobs
Yeah.
McGee. Boobs McGee.
Lisa Singer Heverly, I've been in contact with her for the past few years, but it's just sometimes people just disappear,
Yeah, it's true.
you know, and it's just, yeah.
All right.
All right. So next question. Oh, here it is. Here we go. All right. So when you're tapping into a neighbor's phone line,
Oh, fuck.
so you can send WWF Wrestling Buddy phone calls to all of your friends and not get charged, and to all the neighborhood kids, one of whom is a known Norwich police officer that is tough as nails and also rents an apartment in the same building to another fellow Norwich police officer. What 2-color wires do you use to splice in?
All right. All right. I got to tell a story because I'm getting hung now. So as Herm alluded to all you wonderful folk out there, and to you, Dawn, on the phone,
Surprise.
we did a somewhat less than legal thing in our 20s. We had an apartment together, and our phone got cut off because the dude who had the phone under his name moved and never.
Yeah, and they wouldn't give us a phone for a while because he had issues with the phone, so they wouldn't give the same address a new phone for
Until he paid the gimmick.
It was like a month. We had to wait a month before could happen. So
We found a way to tap into the neighbor's phone, and we knew when he was home and when he wasn't home, and we just used his phone. And I don't remember the color of the wires. Thank you very much.
the correct answer to that question is red and green.
Okay. I don't think anybody else has an answer to this question, so fuck you, Herm. Wow. Leave it to you.
Yes, and not for anything, but we did send WWF Wrestling Buddy birthday greetings to the neighborhood children.
Okay, and so he referenced John, the cop. We sent one to John's son. John's son was shaped like a bowling ball as a child,
Yep,
and he's
like
now a cop.
like a little refrigerator with a pumpkin on top.
Yeah, and he comes screaming down the steps, through the driveway, banging on our door like he's the DEA. Mike, Chris!
We immediately ran and jumped in the closet because we thought it was somebody coming for rent.
Right, and he's like, Mike, Chris, Brett Manhart called me!
Yeah. So Jonathan came over and told us about the fact that Brett the Hitman Hart called him, and it was amazing. But yep, we may or may not have fractured a few rules when we were younger.
I think fractured is a nice way of saying it.
Fractured's a nice way, it doesn't mean we broke them, but there could be a hairline split in that shit.
Lord, I apologize, and be with the starving pygmies in New Guinea. Amen.
Amen. All right, so here it is. Another question, and here it is. Dawn, what was your favorite childhood meal, and do you still like it?
The second part of the answer is no. first part that I loved, my mom would make this casserole, this tuna casserole, but she put like a ton of shit in it, and I loved it.
Hold on a minute.
Now,
You have three of us retching right
Heard
now.
hot mayonnaise bad. Hot mayonnaise
now
bad.
if I were to smell it, I would be retching
Oh.
because no.
Imagine that as a
Oh, that's
candle.
like my son.
Oh,
My son was 5 years old when he started having sushi and cherry stones and oysters. Like that's my son. Anything like tuna, anything I can't do anymore. Nope. I
Okay.
used to love steamers. Can't do them anymore.
all right. I know I've had the gurgle tonight, but now it's coming the other way because tuna casserole. God. Ugh. Okay. Favorite childhood meal? Do I still like it today? Chicken parm? Yes, I do.
Oh my God, yes.
So since I didn't really grow up with a lot of money, and meals were improvised, like cabinet creations. My mom would make, and this is gonna make you cringe, mac and cheese, hot dogs, baked beans with breadcrumbs on top, and sometimes tuna fish.
Okay, you had me until the tuna fish.
Until the tuna fish happened,
I could see myself making that tomorrow night until you said tuna.
Yeah, because if you throw another meat on there like pork, and it's
There you go.
But
it
it's
is.
protein. It's protein. That's what she's trying to do. Because hot dogs aren't protein. Mac and cheese I love. But yeah, you had me at tuna.
So, and I know that I grew up. My dad and I used to go fishing every day in the summer. So nowadays, if I want seafood, it has to be a very rare occasion. Like I'll eat sushi here and there. I'll do fried fish and chips. But if I don't ever wake up in the morning going, I want a nice broiled salmon or a nice broiled cod with veggies and rice. No. I ate fish every fucking day from September until March, and then the hot dog and mac and cheese and hamburger helper.
Were you okay? Thank you for saying those two words in tandem. Were you ever so poor that you only ate helper?
With no hamburger?
Yeah.
Pretty damn close.
Okay.
Yep.
But
That stuff still is good though.
Yeah,
I will
that's
tell
true.
you. Still is really good.
But if you were to put any of those dishes in front of me right now, I couldn't do it.
Okay.
I could not do it. Number one, the salt content. It's like I just give me a fucking salt lick and nail it to the
This
wall.
might be the most retching we've had during one episode.
Pretty close.
Oh,
All right, so that's what it's me now, right?
yeah.
All right, so my favorite childhood meal was my mom made the best sauce. My favorite childhood meal was my mom's all-day slow cooker meatballs and sausage and sauce. To the point where it's my mother still knows it as my birthday meal.
Nice.
My birthday meal is mom's spaghetti and meatballs and sausage and corn.
Okay.
And literally I'll be eating that this year. Like next Tuesday, I'll be making that and eating it. That's
I was
going to
say, when we record next Monday night, it is Herm's birthday.
Yep. So yes, that was my favorite childhood meal, and yes, I still like it. Pasta, spaghetti and meatballs with the corn mixed right into the plate. Not even a side, just right. It's not in the sauce. It's served separate, but then it all just goes together.
Okay. No, you got me. Good deal. Good deal.
Like Italian
Almost like
shepherd's
I was
pie.
just gonna say Italian shepherd's pie.
What were you saying,
minus the
Dawn?
peas.
It's almost like a chili. You just put that in the sauce and you put it on the stove and you add all that stuff. And
Yeah. And everybody didn't always care for it, but that was my favorite childhood meal.
I'm learning far too much about you people and tuna, I want you to know.
All right, moving on. Oh, you are scheduled for execution today. Lynch, what would your last meal be?
And I want to preface this because he's thinking, I listen to Jimmy Wisman and Small Town Murder a lot. He's a friend of mine, and he goes nuts during the episodes when he hears about, all right, they're going to execute him. Here's his final meal. I get a kick out of that because here's some of the silly shit people do.
Mine would be actually kind of simple. Nice, well home cooked plate of chicken fettuccine Alfredo with broccoli. Nice loaf of garlic bread, cheesed, and a carrot cake. That's it.
Okay.
And a Mountain Dew to deliver the sauce.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna throw this one to Dawn. I want to hear what she has to say. Herm, I got to hear yours too.
All right, my mom makes a Sora, stop it. My dog's attacking me right now. She makes an unbelievable burrito. It's made out of pot roast. So I would have that because it has everything, cheese, all the good stuff. However, I would also have her she makes this chocolate macadamia nut cheesecake.
Ooh.
It's 1,000 calories per slice. So I would probably have a couple bites of the burrito and just down that cake.
Wow.
Chocolate macadamia cheesecake, it is amazing.
Okay.
So that's what I would.
That's phenomenal. I got to try. Wow,
Just give me a fork.
pot roast burrito sounds fantastic.
Right. All right. So Lynch.
He already gave.
Oh, did he?
You're
Did he?
up.
I missed it.
Yeah.
All right. So me. All right. So if I'm dying today, I'm gonna need to have a 26-ounce Japanese Wagyu beef steak, salt crusted with coarse black pepper. I'm gonna need seared asparagus drizzled with bacon fat and a little garlic. I'm gonna need a monster potato, something the size that they serve at the Big E at the main tent.
Okay.
Like a potato the size of your head. And I'm gonna need a slice of my key lime pie.
Very nice.
There it is.
Sounds
there it is, right
good.
there.
Very nice.
There it is.
If it's my last meal ever. I want a good porterhouse steak, medium. Dress it up however you like. Ask me ahead of time. Don't know, don't care. I want a lobster, pan-seared Brussels sprouts with a little capers. I want a strawberry cheesecake, a bucket of KFC, 2 burritos from Taco Bell, a half-gallon of Neapolitan ice cream, a 12-pack of Miller Lite, and a stick of bubblegum.
So when they do your autopsy, they're going to say you died of fucking fat.
Hey, I'm going to beat the government to the punch.
That's right.
I'm either going to have a heart attack or they're strapping me in, one or the other. You can't have both.
That's it.
That was an A++ on that one.
Thank you very much. That's what I want for my birthday dinner, too.
Porterhouse, I would add the ribeye steak.
Okay, I'd put a ribeye in there. Yeah.
Absolutely amazing because it's so fatty and it's so good.
His ice cream test came back with a high level of fat.
Right.
0 blood. I can hear his fucking arteries hardening from here. You hear that knocking?
Go big or go home. I'm never going to eat again. I
what I'm
may as well
saying.
just
Might as
throw
well
all
just
this shit
do it.
in.
That's my arteries hardened.
Oh, stop it.
All right. Here it is. Oh, we're gonna start we'll start with Dawn on this one.
Okay.
Name one dish that your mom made that you miss now but hated as a child.
Oh, you guys gonna have the reflex on this one. My mom makes the best liver bacon and onions.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I didn't like that, so
I couldn't stand it growing up, but
don't like
she
it now.
marinates the liver in milk overnight, so it takes out all the little. But you annihilate it with the onions and the bacon. You don't taste the liver because she cooks the liver in with the bacon after. You don't taste the liver. It's just like you're having bacon and onions.
Okay. My skin is crawling.
Yeah. All right.
I told you guys were going to be like, "Whoa."
We're having a little bit of trouble here in the studio. We'll be right back.
This segment sponsored by Pepto-Bismol.
Oh man.
So yeah, that's my.
That's a good one.
All right. And you?
Oh, what that my mother made as a kid that I hated that I miss now would be, I'm trying to think of the name of it. Fucking help me here. Fuck.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, Christ. Get back to me. I got to think about this.
Heard Lynch?
All right, so My grandmother, Lynch, used to make shit on a shingle, which I hated. I hated as a kid.
Love
But her
SOS.
her recipe for that, she would hand make the biscuits, like not just like Bisquick. It was the flour. She would pound out the pastry and home cook the pastries. She would get ground beef or venison that my grandfather had shot earlier in the season because he was a hunter. Saute that and get that nice and reduced with onions, ground peppercorns, her own. They would make their own buttermilk because my grandfather ran a dairy farm when my dad was a kid, so he knew how to do that. So he would get raw milk and make buttermilk out of it.
Okay.
And I hated it as a kid. Looking back now, when I have shit on a shingle at like Herb's Country Diner down the street or whatever diner we're at, it pales in comparison to what I remember that my grandfather and grandmother could make on a Sunday morning at 10 a.m. You know, serving at 10 a.m., starting at like 6 to get all the shit ready.
Okay. So I remembered mine now. My mom would make macaroni and put cottage cheese into it, drain it, now you got the curds and whatnot.
Yep.
And depending on how saucy she felt, you could throw in a canned vegetable or something, make it a little brighter.
Oh, she's making Midwest hot dish.
Pretty much,
She's making
yeah.
Midwestern hot dish.
And as a kid, I looked at it, it looked like vomit in a bowl. And when I moved to Florida, that was one of the first things she was cooking one day. Like, what are you cooking? Oh, I'm making a macaroni and cottage cheese dish. I'm like, fire me up, man. She looked at me like I had 3 heads and one of them was staring at myself. Like, what the hell? Are you my son? Because you hate this.
My mom used to make that as a side. It was,
I
it was
miss
egg
that
noodles
shit.
with butter and small curd cottage cheese.
Yep, I miss that.
It was good.
Wow.
My mom used to do mac and cheese with peas in it, so at least you're having some veggies with the mac and
Yo,
cheese.
if I dig
Yeah.
into a mac and cheese at your house and there's fucking peas in it, everybody's dying, including the dog. I'm just saying.
That's a nice pup. I'll show you a picture. She's got a nice pup.
It's all right. Everybody is dying, including the fucking dog.
The dog should live.
Yeah.
Dog had nothing to do with it.
He don't want no peas.
Licks his own ass and eats out of a bowl on the floor. Come on, man. What has he got to do with it?
Still doesn't want peas.
Well,
That's
so
true.
do I.
Yeah, but
But that's what you put in shepherd's pie too. Here's the peas and the corn and the potatoes and the beef.
Well, I leave peas out of my shepherd's pie. I hate cooked peas. Ugh.
But no. It's not the canned peas. It has to be the frozen peas because the canned peas are mush.
yeah.
Well, even the frozen peas. I'll take frozen peas, thaw them out, and eat them raw.
You probably still have nightmares about that silver can. It was the only vegetable that came in a silver can was the peas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Del Monte small
Yeah,
cans.
there you go.
Yeah, see, my mother only bought Lesueurs.
That's the one.
Yeah.
She will only
Del
buy
Monte
Lesueurs.
Isn't it? Aren't they the same? Whatever.
No, well, Del Monte does, but Lesueur is an actual specific brand, and it's actual specific pea.
And they were the small short cans. I remember stocking them at the grocery store.
We're going off the deep end about peas. This is wrong.
Peas and carrots.
For real,
Beavis.
what did you guys? Peas.
Peas.
So if you have mac and cheese and it's really hot, you take peas out of the freezer, put them in there so they just melt enough because of the heat of the mac and cheese, and then you have the good pop.
Okay. That makes
Okay,
sense.
All right. I'm still
So
not
you
doing
don't
it, but I hear it.
All right.
You put it in there, you just put them in there frozen, and they thaw out, and boom.
I like your style.
All right.
Cooking tips with Dawn
For
Beaudry.
real. All right. So, I'm at an impasse with this question. My mother was an amazing cook when I was young. There pretty much wasn't a meal that she put out that I can think of 2 meals that she created the entire time I was growing up. One of them was she attempted to make egg drop soup once, and the egg drops didn't drop in, but when it dropped in, it basically turned it thickened the soup. So it was a very thick chicken soup. Wasn't bad, just wasn't right.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, the only thing I couldn't handle for dinner was liver. If liver, and my dad loved it and she loved it, but if it was made, I ate vegetables and a peanut butter and jelly.
You know, I'm now inspired to create my own liver recipe, but I'm going to do it as if it were my liver.
I'll eat it in so many other ways, dude. I'll eat foie gras.
Oh, trust me on this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to soak the liver in whiskey for about 49 years, and then cook it and serve it.
Oh, you got that recipe.
We're
going
calling
right
it
now.
Chris's liver.
Chris's liver.
Yes.
Heard.
No. Midwestern style bratwurst. You simmer them in onions and beer, and then you throw it on the grill.
Yeah.
That is, you just cook everything in beer or wine.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful
Beer
thing.
and wine make everything taste better, but you have to have garlic too, because I'm a garlic and yeah.
Amen.
All right. So
what do you got?
we got 2 questions left.
All right.
All right. So, all right. We're gonna ask Lynch this question first.
Okie dokie.
Who was your first love?
Ooh.
Daisy Duke is not an option, by the way.
Right.
No, we're going real world here. We're
in
going
real world.
somebody
Yeah,
later.
that, the guy from Dukes of Hazzard on, because Snyder or whatever his
John
that
John
was my-
Schneider.
John Schneider.
Oh,
Easy now.
still, ew.
He looks great for his age. He's a good looking man. I'm not gonna be shy. I'll admit it. He's a good looking dude.
I want to know how well I'm going to the Google machine now, because if he's not 106, I'm going to be upset.
No, he's got to be like 65.
All right.
60
Yeah,
to
he's
65.
not that old. I mean, we're old. He's not that old.
My first love. It kind of like folds into my first crush. I went to school with this girl, Rebecca, who was a redhead. I have a thing for redheads. I want to say if I were to pick a first crush / love, it would be her.
Okay.
Really nice girl. We were young. We were in like 5th, 6th grade. We always hung out together. But again, it was more like a friendship versus like anything beyond that. You're in 5th or 6th grade. I mean, really. What other than holding hands, walking home, that's about as extreme as we got. But yeah, she was a really nice person. Another person who I would like to make contact with again. I know she's still local to New England. I know she doesn't live in Connecticut anymore. Her and her sister moved out west and then came back. That's as much as I know because I saw her at our reunion, our 5-year reunion and our 10-year reunion. So
Okay.
that's my answer.
The answer for Dawn's sake, John Richard Schneider was born on April 8th, 1960, making him 61 years old.
Oh, that's-
There you go. He's still available. He's older.
He's still low hanging fruit. His balls may hang low, but his fruit is available.
So I have a chance?
Oh, like Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet. break
Yeah.
up. Oh, so I have
Oh,
a
that-
chance?
That one's really sad, though.
Yeah, that broke my heart in 3 pieces. You give a shit about celebrity marriage.
Broke my black shallow heart in no pieces.
You know, it would have been better if he just went Chris Benoit on her ass.
No. I like her.
No.
I like her.
See, I'm getting a laugh from her, and the other two are like, no, stop. Listen to you.
No.
Why is it when I utter the name of Chris Benoit, you just start laughing like a fucking maniac?
Chris is giggling like a schoolgirl with skin knee.
Oh. Anywho, who's next? Who's next on this question?
He's always a great answer to a question, though.
Yeah,
just
he
to throw
is.
out.
Oh, wow. My first true love had to be my high school girlfriend, Mary. We still keep in contact to this day, which is good. Her husband's a really great guy. She lives in the Dallas-Fort Worth area now, and you know, you get that memory that pops up in your head. You're driving, you hear a song, you see a particular building. You're like, oh, I wonder how Mary's doing today. Do. You send out the little text message. You get one back, thinking of you. Okay, cool. Hi, how are you? Ding. But yeah, that was my first introduction to real love.
Nice, very nice.
Because Dawn would never date me because she was an elitist and hated me forever.
That's right.
Not.
All right, so go ahead. Go ahead.
You can say it, he's an asshole.
I did. I said he's an asshole. I'll back that up.
All right, now
All right.
that's clear.
All right, so my answer to this question, my first love was a young lady by the name of Sabra Nelson.
That name sounds awfully familiar.
I pined for this girl, laid in bed, awake at night, wishing. She was an amazing, amazing girl with a heart of gold. and it never really happened, but we reconnected after high school, and we were getting ready to reconnect and actually, and I don't mean in a romantic way, but we were always really great friends. But I had spoken to her about 8:30 at night, and she went to bed, and she never woke up.
Oh
Oh
my.
my God.
I found out on Facebook the next morning that she had passed.
Ugh.
Just kind of crushed me.
Oh my
It
Lord.
was horrible.
How old?
Not old, like same age as we are, but like I don't know, 10 years ago.
She'd be about 39-ish.
Yeah, 39, 40, right around
Same
there.
age as Jeremy, yeah.
Maybe no older than 42, 43.
Wow.
But yeah, she just passed away in the night with the heart thing, and literally, like it just killed me.
Wow.
Sure.
Well, that just leaves Dawn to answer this question. Dawn, your first true love.
Okay, it would have to be Mike. It was before my freshman year of high school. Um, his parents were military, my parents military. We dated for a good 2 years, but they moved out to Washington State. I was a freshman, he was a senior at Fitch.
As soon as we're done.
So he moved to Washington State. My mom and dad actually flew me out there for his prom. Really nice guy, but when you're a freshman in high school and you live on opposite sides of the EE, it does not work. But yeah, that was my first.
Wow.
Long distance
There's some
relationship.
deep stuff going on here
All
today.
right, all right.
Parents loved him. I mean, what parents would fly you out for a senior prom? I missed a week of school
Nice.
my freshman year.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Wow, that is amazing.
Wow.
So, yeah.
All right.
That
Looks like. I'm sorry. You were still speaking. My apologies.
No. No. I was just like, that was mine. That was my first love.
All right,
All right.
First true.
I keep stepping on her. I'm so sorry, Dawn.
No, it's okay. It's hard because you guys are all in studio and I'm on my phone. You guys
Right.
are all together.
Yeah.
Well, we're just gonna have to bring you down here sometime
Yeah,
for the
we'll
next
just have
woman's
to have
perspective.
Her, just have her in studio guest.
Yep.
Why not?
Make sure, Lynch, you're wearing socks, please. We
Okay.
don't want to scare her.
With my hobbit feet.
Oh my Lord! Looks like he's climbed the cobblestones barefoot.
I hate shoes.
All right.
Never mind. Here comes the main event.
So
Last
here it
question.
is. Last question of the night.
I agree with him that he hates shoes because when I was born in California, immediately we moved to Hawaii. Moving from Hawaii to Maryland, I hated shoes. Hated shoes. To this day, I'll actually go out in the snow if I have to run to my car. I won't put shoes on.
I do the same thing.
You are two sick people.
Hey, when I went to college in Michigan, we went. Oh, I almost said a little bad word. We went swimming in Lake Superior in November.
Oh my
I want to say
Lord.
it's the word skinny was involved in that.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
You guys will have to excuse me for a few minutes. Can
Chunk-
I borrow these tissues?
Chunky dunking.
Thank you. I'll save it for after because we've reached the main event.
All right. So, Chris.
Yes.
What did you want most for Christmas as a kid?
Wow. Never got it either. All those years you beg and you plead and you beg and you plead. I wanted a guitar. I didn't care if it was a Japanese acoustic guitar that you got for $30 in the Sears catalog or a $600,
A cigar
PRS.
box, a 2x4, and 4 strings.
Right.
Yeah.
And I got the little toy guitars, one that had Kiss on it, one that had the Dukes of Hazzard on it, strangely enough, since we were just talking about John Schneider. But I never got that real guitar. And when I got into high school and started working and doing my thing, bought my own goddamn guitar. Fuck you, Santa Claus. Fuck you, Mom and Dad. That's it.
All right.
I'm still angry. Dude, I can be angry all I want.
Heard it in your voice.
Nope.
Don't hold back.
I never do.
Yeah, I know.
All right, Lynch.
Well, same answer, but Dad pulled through. He had one that I would play, and he saw that I was 10 years old, and he saw that I enjoyed trying to learn on that old cobbled together guitar he had from the 60s. So through working overtime and working a second job, he put together enough money to get me. I still have the guitar somewhere in this room. It's probably in a case somewhere, but it's not on the wall, unfortunately.
Okay. See, because I'm looking around just like you. I'm like, where the fuck is it?
No, it's in a case. He bought me a roundback acoustic guitar from Ron's Guitars when it was still on Bridge Street in Groton.
Oh my God, I remember that place.
When it was next to Paul's TV.
Yep.
Yes.
1982 when he first opened.
Yep.
And my dad and Ron struck up a friendship, and from there I struck up a friendship with Ron and all the instructors there, and that's what propelled me to be a guitarist and love music.
Nice.
His dad Guido was the custodian at Groton City Hall. So when Guido went to Larry, my dad, and said, "Hey, my son's starting a guitar shop. I know you play guitar. Why don't you go down and check it out?" And that's my dad's like, "Oh, I gotta buy Chris a guitar."
Nice.
That was probably the best Christmas ever.
All right.
And Dawn?
I don't have a good answer for this one. I was not spoiled. Number one, I was not spoiled, but I always got what I wanted for Christmas.
Well, that just let the air out of the fucking balloon.
Yeah,
didn't it?
and
I'm trying to think of something. Believe me, I've been trying to think of something.
You could have
but-
just thrown out Holly Hobby Oven or some bullshit like that.
Strawberry shortcake.
Oh, I had strawberry shortcake. I had all that shit.
I never got the Cabbage Patch Kid.
The Garbage Pail Kid.
Of course you did.
Hey, my mom actually took on a job while we were at school so that she could make extra fun money, and there was a place right down where she worked from, and that's what she got.
Nice. All right, that's a good mom.
I hate saying that because I'm not spoiled. I truly not. But I always got.
Okay.
All right.
But it was never anything expensive.
Okay.
All right.
It was very low key. It was never expensive.
All right.
All right. So my answer to the question is, first of all, I want to say that my parents did really well for making sure that I pretty much got whatever the big item I wanted was that year, whatever it was. There was one item my entire childhood that was always on the top of the list, but it was almost like a subsection. It was on the list, and then it started, and then below that started my top request.
Okay.
The only thing that my parents did not get me for Christmas that I really wanted as a child was a 2-stroke dirt bike.
Okay.
It's the only gift they never got me. When I wanted the shotgun, they got it. If I wanted the stereo system that year, they got it. If I wanted a new bike with all the bells and whistles, that they would get it. The dirt bike that was always on the list was never a gift. And I don't fault anybody for that at all. They worked really hard and did really good. It's just the one thing that I never got that I really wanted.
I can say the same thing about my parents too, but yeah, I'm still 49 years. I'm bent. I wanted that fucking guitar.
No, but seriously, I will tell you, because you didn't get that bike that you really wanted, it was because mom was like, no, it's not safe. Because me being a mom.
No, it had nothing to do with safe. It was because they know I'd be a holy fucking terror on that thing in the neighborhood, and they knew what was coming. They knew my parents knew what kind of a son they had.
That's awesome.
Looking out for his best interest and their best interest.
Correct.
That's why they get it, because they knew what kind of kid you were, and they were worried about you, because we all wreaked havoc everywhere. But I can say probably why she didn't get it. They didn't get it for you because they knew what kind of kid you were.
Do you remember blowing donuts on the junior high school football field in the Volkswagen
Yes.
in the snow?
Yes.
We never did anything bad.
Who was donuts?
What's that? Who's donuts?
Who's donuts?
Hey, he may not be gay,
like-
but $20, $20.
$20 is $20.
I used to go in the middle school in Ledyard and do donuts in that parking lot because it was freaking amazing.
Well, Mike took it to a new level by going
No,
onto the football
I
field.
just drove onto the football field, the whole field. I took the Volkswagen down the hill in the embankment, and then we just drove around and shredded the entire football field, and then drove up and left.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Oh my god.
Yeah, we did donuts, and we did Fast and the Furious moves all over the place, and then just drove up the embankment and left.
We should have had a movie, Gale's Ferry Drift.
We should have. We should have.
Good shit. But, guys, please give Dawn a round of applause before we say goodbye. The female perspective was great.
Yeah, it was great having you on the show.
Yeah, thank you, Dawn.
Talking to you guys.
All right. Well, we're not going to make it 30 more years.
I know. No, I was just I was a little nervous. I'm like, okay, what are the questions going to be? And none of those questions are as bad as I thought they were going to be.
We're just going to have to try harder next time.
We're just going to have to try harder. Apparently, we
More
failed.
Say,
I really thought you were raunchier than that.
oh, so you expected raunchier.
Oh,
I did.
okay.
Challenge accepted.
Don't throw us a gauntlet.
She has thrown it down. We are now picking it up. Dawn, you have a great night. Thank you again. I will talk to you before you know it.
Okay.
Thank you, Dawn, again. Thank you very much.
All right. Bye, guys.
Good
Bye.
night.
Good night.
So the female perspective, that was fun. I certainly enjoyed hearing different, from a like again, I keep saying the female perspective. Listen to me, but yeah, it's true. It was there goes my voice again, Peter Brady. Time to change. But it was kind of fun hearing, what a female would have to say, and that came from one of our listeners that said, you're doing questions from the hat again, but the last time it was all like macho crap. All right, we're bringing it this time. Sending it full throttle. Anything you guys want to add before we go?
No. I think that was rather interesting.
I think a good round of questions. Like Dawn kind of said, is that we we kept them focused and succinct, and I think this was a really good round of questions. That's why I came up with a theme for mine. Just kind of make it simple. Mm-hmm. Great answers, great viewpoint from Dawn, and I really appreciate that. I don't want her to be the only female viewpoint we have on the show.
Absolutely not.
No.
And Crystal Bob would be another.
There you go.
Would be another really.
That's where the questions would start off normal and they would turn raunchy.
They would
turn
devolve
raunchy.
into a pit of just sarcasm and discussing this.
That would be
at some point.
too much fun. I will reach out to Crystal Bob with haste and
Yes.
get right on it. Let's set it up. What do you say? A month from now, we'll do
Yeah,
another
we'll do
hat.
All right.
1 month. from
All right,
here.
good. And I learned way too much about tuna and the rest of you motherfuckers to last me the rest of my goddamn life. But guys, don't forget, go to the Facebook page if you haven't done so already. I have announced the contest. It will run until April 4th at midnight Eastern. For all the details, go to the Dysfunction Junction Show Facebook page. The video is there. Get all the information.
Yeah, we'll probably be another week or two before we actually start dropping questions.
Yep.
So you guys have some time to go back and do some re-listening to study up on what we could possibly ask you.
Exactly. And in the end, all I want to say is please don't die.
Please don't die.
Please don't die.
So cue those drums, and we will be back right here next week. Don't know the topic yet, but we have a week to think about it. Hope you guys had fun. We had fun. Lynch, Herm, we're out.
We're out.
Sleep so